MaXXXine is the third film in T West's X trilogy, causing many to wonder if the 2024 film is the last entry in T West and MIA Goth's horror franchise. Since the first X movie was released in 2022, T West's horror series has been consistently putting out some of the best horror movies of the decade. X, Pearl, and MaXXXine all have incredibly dedicated fans and were well received, with many members of the fan base wanting to see more from the franchise. So, here is everything we know about what is coming from the X franchise after MaXXXine's release. Ever since Pearl was released in 2022, fans were eagerly awaiting a proper X sequel in the form of MaXXXine, which was revealed in the post-credits scene for Pearl. However, when MaXXXine was finally released in 2024, it was a bit of a disappointment. While the film was still received positively, it is widely considered to be the worst film in the X trilogy. However, MaXXXine ended in a way that left the possibility for more stories to be told within the X universe, and while nothing has been officially announced, many fans are crossing their fingers for more. T West confirmed he was developing a fourth X movie before MaXXXine's release. T West had a weird idea. Although many viewers believed that MaXXXine was always planned to be the final film in the X franchise, it turns out that T West was toying around with the idea of a fourth film ahead of MaXXXine's release date. Bloody Disgusting reported on an interview that T West did in which he seemingly confirmed that he was developing a fourth film. In the interview, West said that there is this one weird idea that I have that is kind of, if I explained it, it would make sense. However, he continued to say, but we'll see what happens. Let's get this movie done first, see if people like it. Then we'll go from there. So, while T West had an idea for a fourth film, he was incredibly vague on what that idea might be. Luckily, EW was able to get a bit more from him. Although West admitted that he thought MaXXXine would probably be the end of the X trilogy, he then said that I do have one idea that plays into these movies that could maybe happen. I don't know if it'll be next. It might be. We'll see. This further supports the idea that T West originally wanted the X franchise to continue beyond MaXXXine, although it isn't known exactly how this would happen. T West now says MaXXXine is the end of MaXXXine's story and the X trilogy, after originally having a fourth movie planned. While T West was open to the idea of another X movie before the release of MaXXXine, the horror director has now changed his tune. After the release of MaXXXine, director T West did a Reddit AMA on the Our Movies subreddit. Throughout the AMA, West answered all kinds of questions related to the X trilogy, including one about what was coming next from the franchise. In response to these questions, West replied, would love to keep working with MIA. X trilogy prob done though. Happy with where we left it. So, while T West will most likely continue to collaborate with MIA Goth in future projects, these future films will most likely not take place in the X universe. This means that T West has seemingly abandoned his plans for another X film after MaXXXine, leaving the series as a trilogy. While this may be disappointing for some, others may see it as the right call after the critical and commercial reception of MaXXXine. Will T West ever make another X movie? Or is he done for good? T West have seemingly gone back and forth on the potential for another X movie over the past few months, causing many to wonder if another one will ever happen. It is entirely possible that T West's weird idea could actually come back and be developed into another proper X movie. His changed mind may be the result of MaXXXine's performance, something that could be changed based on fan demand for now. However, it looks like T West is happy with the X franchise as is. His most recent comments indicate that he is not planning on continuing the series, and since he has been working on these films for over 3 years, it makes sense for him to want to do something else. The X movies were great while they lasted, but now that MaXXXine is out, that may be the best place to end things.